Positioning of the sun, everybody, and 22 days before the Christmas, this is being recorded. But either ways, Merry Christmas, everybody. That cold I've had for a while is not going away. Ow. That one hurt. Anyways, welcome to our yearly tradition of doing Christmas characters Hunger Games. In short, I pit Christmas characters against each other to die. Ralphie Parker from A Christmas Story, Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from his own namesake, Frosty from his own namesake, Buddy Howes from Elf, Scott Calvin the Santa Claus, Arthur Claus and Arthur Christmas, Charlie Brown A Charlie Brown Christmas, Jack Frost Rise of the Guardians, Hermie from Rudolph, Davy Stone from Eight Crazy Nights, Howard Langston from Jingle All the Way, John McClane from Die Hard, The Grinch from his namesake, Harry Lime from Home Alone, Marv Merchants from Home Alone, Carol Newman Calvin from The Santa Claus, all of the other reindeer from the namesake, Kermit the Frog from A Muppet Christmas, Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol, Krampus from his namesake, Gizmo from Gremlins, Jesper Johansson from Klaus, and Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ignore the cut. It was totally not because I had to remember what Jingle All the Way was and look it up on Google for a second. Anyways, every year on Christmas, I always do this Hunger Games Simulator, and I do two things to make sure everyone is different. One, I'm not allowed to ever pick repeat votes, so no Kevin, no Jack, no Jesper, no Buddy. Ke- three things actually. Thing two, aside from the very first year we did it, this does not count towards the season that it's in. If you want it to count for a championship, watch season three's episode, the very first one. And finally, three, the second slot of District 9 always, and I mean always, somehow manages to win it. I don't know how. The first year we had it, it was Greg Heffley. The second year we did it, I forget his name. I think it was Carl something or other from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and they were always in this specific spot. So I'm going to test it. All of the other reindeers in the spot of champions, whereas comparatively, everyone else is not. Let's just see if you win again, and it's true that that Christmas will only allow this spot to win, and if not, tradition over. Let's proceed. As the tributes stand on the podiums, the horn sounds. Arthur, Kermit, and the Grinch start fighting, but Kermit runs away as Arthur kills the Grinch. Damn, Arthur! Frosty gathers as much food as he can. Harry runs away from the cornucopia. Scrooge grabs a backpack, now realizing it's empty. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I say who I was rooting for? I probably didn't. Anyways, who am I rooting for this time? We're gonna go with Marv Merchants and Davy Stone there. Grinch is dead. You have food. You ran away. You grabbed a backpack, not only it's empty. Okay. Jack runs away from the cornucopia. Charlie and Kevin threaten a double suicide. It fails and they die. Krampus runs away. Jack runs away. Buddy and Carol fight for a bag. Buddy strangles Carol with a rope. Marv scares Scott away from the cornucopia. Rudolph, Daisy, Hermie, and Olive run away. Howard overpowers John, killing him. Gizmo runs away from the cornucopia. Ralphie finds a backpack full of camping equipment. And Jesper snatches a pair full of size. Frosty discovers a cave. Jack receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Krampus, Howard, and Olive unsuccessfully ambush Gizmo, Marv, and Arthur, who kill them instead. Ladies and gentlemen, the second slot of District 9 is not that lucky. Olive will be returning next year as Olive didn't win. Harry receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Buddy hunts for other tributes. Kermit receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Rudolph searches for a water source. Davy tries to spear fish with a trident. Hermie attempts to climb a tree but falls on Jack, killing them both. Damn, we didn't even get to the first fallen tributes and so many have died. Jesper makes a wooden spear. Ralphie discovers the cave. Scrooge receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Scott thinks about home. 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. The Grinch from District 7, Charlie from District 4, Kevin from District 1, Carol from District 9, John from District 7, Krampus from District 11, Howard from District 6, Olive from District 9, Hermie from District 5, and Jack from District 12. Oh, yeah. Well, aside from District 7 and 9 being completely out and we're down to 14 survivors, I should mention that at the end of this video, aside from Olive, as Olive didn't participate in last year's, we are going to see how well these competitors stacked up to their previous year, whether they improved or didn't. Anyway, proceed. Scrooge fends Davy, Ralphie, and Marv away from his fire. These two are doing better than I expected them to. Scott sees the fire but stays hidden. Jesper loses sight of where he is. Jack goes to sleep. Kermit cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Harry is awoken by nightmares. Arthur lets Rudolph into his shelter. Frosty sees a fire but stays hidden. Buddy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Gizmo passes out from exhaustion. Damn it, Marv. Don't shoot an arrow into Davy's head. I was hoping for the both. My money's on the both of you. Maybe don't kill each other till the end. Ralphie receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Gizmo accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Jack hunts for other tributes. Scott runs away from Frosty. Rudolph receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Buddy searches for a water source. Scrooge thinks about home. Arthur, Jesper, and Harry hunt for the tributes. Only 3 cannon shots this time, being Kermit from District 10, Davy from District 6, and Gizmo from District 11. Which makes it so District 6, 7, 9, and 11 are completely out. And we go from 14 survivors to 11. This is going by fast. 2 days in, and less than half the cast is left. Marv, Frosty, Buddy, and Scrooge tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Jack loses sight of where he is. Scott receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Harry questions his sanity. Rudolph questions his sanity. Ralphie convinces Jesper to snuggle with him. Arthur receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Frosty stalks Rudolph. Harry sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Jack stalks Ralphie. Arthur makes a slingshot. Scrooge makes a wooden spear. Jesper's pricked by thorns of picking berries. Buddy and Marv hunt for other tributes. Scott makes a wooden spear. No cannon shots. Arthur, Rudolph, and Ralphie cheerfully sing songs together. Scott cries himself to sleep. Harry looks at the night sky. Frosty destroys Marv's supplies while he's asleep. Buddy and Jack talk about the tribute still alive. Jesper loses sight of where he is. Scrooge dies from hunger. 10 picks left. Ralphie picks flowers. Jesper diverts Rudolph's attention and runs away. Frosty, Jack, Buddy, Scott, and Arthur hunt for the tributes. Harry defeats Marv in a fight but spares his life. Fitting. 1 cannon shot, Scrooge from District 10. Which now makes it so Districts 6, 7, 9, 10, and 11 are completely out, going from 11 survivors to 10. Rudolph sees an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Arthur destroys Marv's supplies while he is asleep. Frosty and Harry talk about the tribute still alive. Buddy and Jesper tell stories about themselves to each other. Jack sees a fire but stays hidden. Ralphie poisons Scott's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, evidence, and memoirs from tributes' families. Rudolph and Jack decide not to go to the feast. Frosty kills Buddy with a hatchet. Scott sets an explosive off, killing Arthur, Harry, and Jesper. Marv gathers as much food as he can into a bag before fleeing. Jack makes a wooden spear. Scott sprains his ankle running away from Frosty. Rudolph overpowers Marv, killing him. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ralphie from District 1, Buddy from District 3, Arthur from District 4, Harry from District 8, Jesper from District 12, and Marv from District 8. With that, Districts 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are completely out. 2 is still completely healthy. And so now we get into it. 2 of these are Christmas classics. One of these is an actually funny Christmas movie, and the other is an underrated tale. Either way, one of them will not be returning next year. Place your bets on who's not going to return. Frosty accidentally detonates a landmine when trying to arm it. Rudolph, Jack, and Scott cheerfully sing songs together. Jack begs for Scott to kill him. He refuses, keeping Jack alive. Rudolph makes a wooden spear. 1 cannon shot, and it's Frosty. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are completely out. But from 4 survivors to 3, no district is healthy. Frosty will be returning. I don't know. It's just me, like, thinking this is dark, but, like, I kind of like to imagine that It's just torturous, and your prize for getting out is that you don't have to come back, and that you get to escape the troubled fate. They spent a whole year training for their opportunity to play the game again, to get out so they don't have to do it again. Scott thinks about home. Jack falls into a pit and dies. Rudolph dies from first. The winner is Scott Calvin from District 3. Meaning, ladies and gents, Scott Calvin will not be returning next year. So, eventually, if this goes on long enough, we'll be able to figure out who's played this game the longest. As Olive was the only one who did not repeat. This is their first year. Everyone else, this is a three-peat, and Scott Calvin will not be having a three-peat, while everyone else will be having a four-peat, except for Oliver, who will just be on a repeat. Anyways, enough math. Time for the placements and seeing how well they did compared to last year. Alrighty, with me is a list for transparency's sake. Excuse me, sorry. So, don't have to flap back and forth between videos. Anyways, in 24th this year is the Grinch. He did worse. Last year he got 13th. In 23rd, we have Charlie Brown. He actually evened out. He did the same as he did last year. He got 23rd. At 22nd, Kevin McAllister. He did worse. Last year he got 17th. In 21st, Carol Newman Calvin. She did worse. She got 12th. At 20th, John McClane did significantly worse. Last year he got 3rd. In 19th, Krampus. He actually improved. Last year he got 24th. He was last. In 18th, we have Howard Langston, who did worse. He got 14th last year. In 17th, we have Olive, who has no previous result from last year, so we can't really compare. But if you have to know on the simulation numbers, worse. The slot he filled was for winners previously. Anyways. In 16th, Hermie the Elf did worse, as Hermie got 4th last year. In 15th, Jack Skellington. Jack did worse. He got 8th last year. In 14th, Kermit the Frog. Kermit did better this year, as he got 19th last year. In 13th, Davy Stone did worse. Got 11th last year. In 12th, Gizmo did better. Gizmo got 20th last year. In 11th, Scrooge did worse. Scrooge got 6th last year. In 10th, Ralphie Parker. He actually evened out. He got 10th last year. In 9th, Buddy Hobbs. Buddy did worse. He got 7th last year. In 8th, Arthur Claus, and he did way better. He got 21st last year. In 7th, Harry Lime. Harry also did better. He got 9th last year. In 6th, Jesper Johansson. Jesper did better than he did last year. Got 18th. In 5th, Marv Merchants. He did better. No, sorry. Jesper Johansson got 18th last year. Marv got 15th last year. In 4th, Frosty the Snowman barely did better. He got 5th last year. In 3rd, with our highest jump in placements, is Jack Frost, who did so much better. Last year he was 22nd. In 2nd, Rudolph did better, got 16th. And the winner, Scott Calvin, who barely did better. Last year he got 2nd. So who knew? He just needed another year to get the run back. But anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of the Hunger Games Simulator. Tune in tomorrow for more Galaxy updates, as was intended. But until that time happens, see ya. Merry Christmas, everybody. Take care.